dear students, myself Mohammad Ayaz Khan, and I'm a faculty at Next IAS. I'm here with Ashish Raghuwanshi, who has performed remarkably well in Civil Services 2024, and he has secured a rank of 202. So we will be having the discussion how he prepared and how he handled the various aspects of the preparation, so that you people can benefit. Because there are multiple phases which comes during the course of the preparation. So first and foremost, Ashish, आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, and in future as well we will like that you get the IAS also, and your rank improves further. So Ashish, सबसे important बात ये है कि when did you started your preparation for civil services? So if you can throw some light on that, so that will be really nice. Please.
Yes, sir. Sir, I started with graduation only. So I started my graduation in 2019 from Delhi University. So with that, I started reading books like NCRTs or some basic materials, not dedicated preparation. So the dedicated preparation, like doing GS papers, then writing answers. So that started from 2022. So, but the base was like built since 2019, then 2020, 21 when there was COVID. So I was at home. So there I spent time reading these NCRTs and other books.
Okay, nice. So Ashish, एक बहुत बड़ा जो सवाल होता है एस्पिरेंट के सामने, और वो बड़ा चैलेंजिंग भी होता है, that is with respect to newspaper. And many students do come to us and they are like, sir, can we replace newspaper with the magazine? So how did you handle this part, which is called current affairs?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was very much regular with the newspaper. And
which newspaper, if you don't mind?
Sir, in starting, I started with The Hindu. So it used to take a lot of time in few months, like the beginning months, which I started 2022. So it used to take a long time. But then when I continued reading it, so then I would complete it in less time also. So I had time for other newspaper also. So I used to look the explained section of the Indian Express also, along with The Hindu. So these two newspapers I continued with till even the mains also, during the mains.
So did you prepare the notes, or you were just reading it, or you were making the clippings of the articles?
Yes, sir. So initially I was just reading when I was new to this. So like we do not understand what is important and what is not. So it takes time. So initially I used to read only. But then when I started doing the syllabus also and completing it also, so then I was able to understand that what is something which I should keep with me. So I used to take screenshots also, like I used to read e-paper. So I will take the screenshots also. Sometimes I will just copy paste the content if I find something relevant. I have different sections in my tablet for polity, for science and tech. So whatever I found relevant, I would simply copy paste them without it didn't take much time to do so. And I used to revise them regular basis.
Regularly you used to revise that. Okay. So Ashish, one more thing which is there is whenever anyone prepares for this exam, they have these phases like crest and a trough. So one day they might be feeling on top of the world, and next day they might be feeling like they're good for nothing. So did you also went through such highs and the lows, and how did you manage that? Because many a time students they come to us and they say, sir, नहीं हो रहा, और मुझे अब घर जाना है, मुझे छोड़ना, जो भी है, मतलब whatever it is. So how did you manage this part?
Yes, sir. Sir, it's quite natural. ऐसा feel तो होता ही है preparation में, and it's like a big period also. For 2 to 3 years you have to consistently do it. So obviously there were many like lows and highs, but at the same time I kept on like a disciplined approach was there from my side. And like whenever I used to think much about a certain thing, then I would do mistakes. So I thought that it is better to not overthink. So for example, if I'm not getting some subject, so I used to worry a lot earlier. I could not understand earlier geography, economy well, but so I used to worry. But then when I studied more, so it became more and more clear. So then I realized that it is we should not overthink on those things, because then they impact our studies also, and there are so many thoughts which come. So this is something which I did. And obviously there are friends also, so I used to go out with friends whenever, like, there were I was in stress, so I would call my friends simply, and they were a great support also, so throughout this journey.
So the bottom line is कर्म किए जाओ फल की चिंता मत करो.
Yes sir.
और दोस्त होने चाहिए, हाँ? As
sir.
the stress busters, huh?
Yes sir.
Okay, wonderful. Ashish, one more thing is that अब जैसे एक महीना लगभग प्री के लिए बचा है. आज 24 तारीख है और 25 मई को प्री है. अब ये जो एक महीना है, इसमें जो एस्पिरेंट अब प्री देने वाले हैं, तो अब उनका फोकस, वेयर दे शुड फोकस, लाइक शुड दे गो फॉर न्यू सोर्सेज और they should avoid new sources? Like, what will be, if you have to appear in the pre this year, then how you're going to approach it?
Yes sir, I like last year also, this time I used to revise only. Like, I would not go to new sources, because when we solve mocks, so sometimes we see some new topic coming, then we will research on it. So I will not support this thing. So better is to focus on your basic sources only. For example, for polity, I used to refer to Lakshmikant, so I read that book only again and again. And then in these last few days, I solved PYQs only, so I avoided new mocks. So all the mocks which I gave, I revised them also, but I kept focus on PYQs more, because that zone you come in UPSC zone finally. So PYQs both for GS paper and CSET also. So I used to do that, and I didn't read any new thing in this last 1 month particularly. So it is better that you just revise what you already know and focus on PYQs, and so that's it.
No, so for PYQ, you were just simply solving them, or you were going into the details of the solutions of those PYQs?
Yes, sir. Sir, I solved PYQs earlier only, like not towards the end for the exam. So I used to revise them. So it didn't took much time to revise them in the end. But when I was doing them earlier, so I used to study them as a different syllabus only. So that when I used to study a PYQ, previous year question, so I would look at the options which are there, and if I have some understanding, then I would go ahead. If not, then I would search about them probably on Google or on Chat GPT also. So I used to do that, and I tried to cover maximum. Like, I am not saying I did all the PYQs and everything like this, but I go subject wise. For example, for polity first, then for economy, then for environment. So for environment and economy, I kept more focus on PYQs. So I used to do them often.
Okay. So now that comes the next part, Ashish, about mains. So your optional was, I think, history.
Yes, sir.
So any specific reason for taking history as an optional?
Yes, sir. Sir, I had graduation in history from Delhi University.
Okay.
So that was a plus point for me. And at the same time, I had the interest in history. So I was not bored of history. So I can give that 2 hours daily for history every day, like for 1 year. And it took me more time, because I used to prepare the notes from the college notes which I had, and then the PYQs, the solutions to which are there at like different coaching compilations which are there online also. So I then prepared my own notes thoroughly. I did so, because history is a very static subject.
Yes.
So it is, if we complete the syllabus and PYQs, then only thing is that we need more and more revision and answer writing. So it took me like about 1 year completely to do it completely. And at the end also, I was feeling like there are so many topics which I could not complete. But when I after writing the exam, when I came out, so I was satisfied that paper went well. But I don't know how many marks I got, but I was satisfied with the optional in the end.
Okay. Now, Ashish, like mains as optional essay and GS. So, how did you approach the GS part for the mains? What? How much is the importance of answer writing vis-a-vis just continuously, compiling the notes or keep on adding the information? At the end of the day, you need to answer that precisely in 250 words and 150 words for the GS part. So, how did you manage that?
Yes, sir. So answer writing was a challenge to me when I started the preparation, but I practiced daily answer writing for the topics which I used to study from like say 2022 only. So on a daily basis, I used to write answers, whichever subject which I'm learning, and in that I used to solve PYQs also, which are there from that particular topic. So I kept on writing answers. So initially it was not, the answers were not good, but then over period of time, my presentation and content also got enriched, and so I didn't face any problem before the mains. So before mains, only thing was content. So I used to just study, focus on the content and value addition part, and I used to give the test series which I joined. So answer writing was not a challenge for me before mains, because I prepared for it like earlier for like 1 year whole.
Like answers like of GS. So while writing answer, like what was your approach? Like, did you went for paragraph based approach, or you adopted this point based, and how much pictorial information you had, or the tables or the data you tried to use in your answers? So if you can elaborate on that, that will be really good for our students.
Yes, sir. Sir, I used to write points in the point format, but sometimes the question is like analytical type. So this year also there were some questions like that. So whenever such questions are there where there is no scope of writing in points, so I used to write in paragraphs also in some answers. And I used to have different introductions for different questions. So it was not some one pattern which I used to follow. In some questions, I would start with a definition, in some probably with some data. So I used to keep different types of introduction for different answers. And content, I tried to do as much as possible these bring like graphs or some tables which I could produce. But like in the final exam, I could not use much of the like things which I prepared. But in the geography questions, for example, maps are very important, diagrams are very important. So I made those. And this year also there was question on Pallavas, Cholas, that, and when the Cholas architecture. So the Cholas part, when I answered, so I simply in small box I draw the basic outline of the temple. And when there were like in ethics also there were some topics for which I had standard diagrams, whenever a question comes on those topics, so I will write them. So it was like that.
Within GS, Ashish, being from humanities background, if I'm not wrong, like how did you manage the technical subjects like science tech, environment, and geography? Because many a times I've seen people with humanities background, they tend to develop a sort of a phobia for such subjects. So if you can throw some light on it.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was from humanities in graduation, but I had science in class 11, 12. So
Okay.
that was like, because of that, I could understand many things. But yes, the top subjects like geography and environment, they took a lot of time to understand. So I used to give more time because that's the only thing which we can do. And I never used to feel like कि ये मुझे नहीं आएगा, ये उससे मुझसे नहीं होगा. I always felt like कि ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है समझने में, तो मे बी मुझे और मेहनत करनी होगी और समझना होगा, एंड आई शुड गिव मोर टाइम. So I used to do that. And reading newspaper also makes you familiar with a lot of things, particularly in science and technology. So I used to follow a lot what is happening like in different fields, like in space technology or biotechnology. So because of that also, I started reading a lot of background to those things. so that I can appreciate those developments. So that natural, if I was not curious earlier, but I developed that curiosity over time, so that it could help me in exam also.
Wonderful, wonderful. I must say you're a wonderful speaker. You must have scored well in interview. And a lot of clarity of thought is there. So this is what I will tell my student. The most important thing is clarity. That what we have to do and how we have to do. That's most important. Then comes Ashish, another very important area, essay.
Yes, sir.
And this is an Achilles heel for many students with technical background. And not for the humanities background. So how did you manage that part?
Yes, sir. Sir, my essay preparation, there was not like something I did separately for it. But when I completed the ethics part, so after that, so I had like my classes, some essay classes which I took. So the basic structuring part and how to approach different topics. So I studied that, and after that I practiced brainstorming. So a number of dimensions which I can explore in a topic, and so then I started writing essay. And initially I found problems, but over a period of time it improved. And this practice I did in November, December, so in 2023. So after like I cleared the prelims, so the only thing which I focused was on a collection of different anecdotes, examples, and initiatives. And I used to collect them at different headings, so that whenever an essay is on around this topic, I would write this, or I will begin with this and do this. So, and I did it for all the like PYQs of essay and ethics also. Sometimes the ethics, the quotes which are asked in ethics, so I use them as my content only. So I used to have those, and then I used to write some examples under them. And whenever I used to go for writing an essay, so before that I used to revise this list which I prepared. So, and I tried to use them as much as possible in the mocks which I gave. And finally in the actual exam also I could write. So, but I'm not sure how much marks I got in essay this time. But yes, it was like on good side only. So yes.
Okay. So Ashish, one last thing. Post-pre, like the day you appeared in the preliminary in June, this last time it was in June. So then what was your approach? Like many times we see that students are just calculating their score every day. And they keep on doing till the preliminary result is out. And then, it's already the time is on the shorter side this year. So did you took any break after pre, or after just 1 or 2 days you were again back to the table?
So actually, towards the end, like for the prelims, before the prelims, I was so much giving so many hours to the paper. So I was actually frustrated after prelims. So I, like, my parents called me home. You can come here and rest for a few days, and then can go back to Delhi for mains preparation if you clear the exam. But I took my notes with me. So for like optional also, I took the notes which I already made, so that I could make a good use of the time which I may spend at home. Then after coming back from prelims, I realized that I am going to make it, because when we calculate from different coaching answer sheets, so I was clearing it with a good margin. So I didn't waste much time. I had those books at my home also, so I started reading them there only. And I was back in Delhi also, like within 5 to 6 days. So then that was the break which I took. And then till 1 July, the date of the result. So then there was still some thoughts, like some maybe I could not clear, but I kept on reading. I didn't do much like writing answers or something like that, but I kept on reading. I didn't waste time. And once the result were announced, I focused on the optional, ethics, and essay. These were my focus point from starting. And once I completed my this ethics and essay part, then I started GS1, and then GS2, then GS3. So and optional, like history is a big optional, so I continued with it till the last also.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ashish, and wish you to meet you soon. And once again, my best wishes for a long and wonderful journey in the civil services you will have. And thanks a lot for interacting and providing some sort of clarity to the students who are preparing for this exam. Thank you. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.